PS4 again. Gotta get this off. Don't like it on. So yeah, this will be continue our journey from Rostock down to Munchen. We're delivering. I believe it's short pipes. I really think it is the short pipes. So Cinema that was the first delivery I picked up, and I was on head to Munchen. I believe we've got about 500 and some kilometers left after the 805.9 kilometers we started at. So very long journey. Again, that's not unsure what's going on. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing long journeys. I do have multi drops. It's just the way I'm doing them. Making them long hauls. It's just to speed up. Also where I could keep a visual, actually my own stats for the game. Oh, we'll see. No, we'll see. It looks like it's. We'll see. What am I referring to? This truck's had a problem. This trailer. Yeah, it's definitely got it. See how you gotta do this when you start off with this trailer. You gotta do this. You don't have a choice. For whatever. You from on a play road, you dicks. Yeah, you gotta do this. Because whatever reason, it is doing that to us now. This trailer is so broken right now. It is not funny. Bam, 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 bam. Hey, you got it. Oh, I thought it might be like that. Sorry. Yeah, such. You can't tell. It don't look like it's crooked, but yeah, it's. And we're got a 30 mile kilometer. That is not correct. It's 80. We're on the motorway. It's 80. We know that. So no glitches. I ain't freaking worried about. Let me do this. Yeah. Oh god, this touchpad is pain in my arse. That didn't fix it. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it don't. Anyway. That's not the big deal. I mean, I know what, at least I know what the speeds are. Yeah, I'm gonna go 30. And tomorrow we are still here going 30 kilometers an hour. We have not really reached Munchen. Oh, we are not going 90. I was trying to watch the next gen videos. I was just trying to confirm or deny something, and it's like can anyone, I don't know, pick up a bloody load? Is that too much to ask? I want to see if the signature's in it. And everyone is either already started, we've already picked up, we'll you know, that, like that, or don't do it. One guy was just seemed like he was racing for town. I mean, literally racing. He was, like I kind of was doing earlier, but when I was doing it, I wasn't just trying to do it, get a container, a man trip container vehicle. So I guess see what it would, you know. Oh yeah, there is one thing. I'll bring this up in a moment. But yeah, get a container vehicle so I can see. But I haven't had to get both of them. I don't think you can get that into level 4. To two of them, because I need a side by side comparison. You know, due to how much fuel capacity you have. Stuff on that. Now, what I'm going to point out here, yeah, the play how was this mentioned? I don't remember. So, I was saying something more on bed. I don't remember. Believe it or not, yeah, doesn't take much for me to forget. Sorry. I would say Brother Chase, but I think he would be possibly more informative. But he's, I know he's under the weather right now. From what I understood there, he is under the weather, so I get you. If you gotta, you know, sort of, you don't want to be doing that. It's hard to do when you're sick. I get that. Again, it's kind of why I took the day off from Star Trek Online. I really need to be playing it because I'm on crunch time on that game to get the ship. But yeah, I had to take the day off because my eyes were really hurting yesterday. And I don't want to do the mission to do it because the mission takes such a long bloody time. I want to do it for just that, that is. I don't know if there's a. I'd maybe check those other two things. Maybe if either one of them is patrol, but one of them is a task force operation. I don't know if it'd be the best term. So it would be ship combat, but it would also be, you know, maybe less intense, I guess it is, on the eyes. So I don't know what the hell I was talking about. I don't remember. It's going now. It's gonna be. Oh God, I gotta watch this, right? Yeah, I was to figure out what the hell I was talking about because I was mentioning one thing and I'm just. Oh wait, I mentioned it in a moment here. Didn't forget. This was about the trailers. Yeah, the box trailers got a serious play issue with it. When you log in, it makes you. It kind of makes you wish you. If for some, I would rather not deal with it. But then again, I don't want to be stuck in a truck I'm not going to enjoy. So hopefully, they get off their collective arses and fix it. Yeah, don't focus just on next gen. Come on, guys. Don't be like someone would say. You got the money, and you guys don't care. Okay, care. You know, you got a game. Fix it. That's where we're at. This trailer is so broken right now. It's kind of also why I don't do the container trailer. Yeah, more reasons than that. It's not long enough for me. It's just too much like driving a plug. It also don't go. I guess I don't want to be too bad. I mean, in one road, but I can't remember. I think Hamburg's part of it because that's where my headquarters is, and I always fix it up with headquarters or park up my vehicles. Because obviously, I would 500,000 kilometers again. Maybe that's what I was getting at. Yeah, so yeah, we're doing 800 some kilometers. And again, there's two ways you could do this. You could either do multi-drops, go to every city, blah, 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 all this. Not saying that may not happen at some point. But what I'm doing here is long hauls only. Okay, I'm taking a load. I got 4 to 5 loads in this thing right now of vintage goods. We're going up, down to Munchen, up to Rostock, down to wherever the next place is, back up to. That's what I mean by that. I normally, of course, I would do it the other way. Do this there, because I think I got like 2 loads of Munchen, then sell Munchen. You know, you get it. Yeah. Got 2 loads there, but I'm doing them at the same time. I hope not. Gotta look at this. Where is the second one playing? See, this is how it goes. Oh, it's 2 to Rostock. One's to Alberta, one's to Logistic Hub. So it goes Munchen, then Rostock, then Stuttgart, then Kiel, then Frankfurt, then Rostock. I think that's it, yeah. And why I did like that? Oh, that was a mistake. Why I did like that? Because, just because. Maybe that's going on with the missions, so that's when they continue. Yeah, again, I was just trying to watch them, but it's like, yeah, I'm just trying to confirm what's in the game. You know, keep you guys up to date. As up to date as possible with it. Because it's, it does look very impressive on next gen from what I've seen. It looks very impressive. But the other thing I wish I know it's a feature. I don't know how many you wish you had in it. I've found usually a solution that some cities is easy, and it involves those. At the start of the game, of course, when you start off, it's only, or maybe even later on, for some of you, what's happening too is you look over at your fuel, or if you're far enough forward, you can look at it too. I just don't like being that far forward. Yeah, if you look far forward, you can see it too on the dial. It's the one on the right. You're noticing you're low on fuel. You need to fill up. What the? Well, I don't think. Oh yeah, we're slowing down since this hill. Must have, judging by this, has hit me twice. I think I'm probably on the road going south past Hanover because that blade road does this. I don't know, it's a mountainous, I guess, road up down for there. Cause there's two big ones like this you go for big segments. Yeah, don't do this to me again, brain. Yeah. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's what it is. Sorry guys, my brain's fried. Not fried and said, hey, that never happened, never will be. Yeah, I don't do crap like that. It's not me. Never drink none of that stuff. Because there is a few broken elements in this game they need to update. But the fact that they are still really, I mean, I thought I think they left a comment. British, this is pretty known. I think it was on here. I think he said they left a comment about update. Maybe it was something else, but the devs comment on. But yeah, it's there. This is moving on to Smack Talks, WWE 2K22. I seen release stars, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna watch this because I've already caught enough footage. I don't need no more. I thought he's gonna mention who may have been released or who. Yeah, he mentions two of them. Two. At the end, Nia Jackson, Buddy Murphy. Because there's a shirt with Nia Jackson. And I get it, there's probably gonna be a few stars in it. They're not gonna release them. If they're already in there, you know, they're in there. I mean, at this point, they can't keep removing people that's been removed. I know Samoa Joe. I know I think he's back though. He had been released, you know, too, and he's there. Because you see him if you're paying attention, and my GM mode. Again, I get that game looks very visually stunning. There are a lot of features. Keep in mind too, it does not confirm. I guarantee that's either next gen or PC you're seeing it on. One, it looks like Xbox, but they could use an Xbox controller for PC. Yeah, why I'm saying that, technically, if you compare with, you know, it looks great, but it's no confirmation it's going to be a playable game, is it? 2K22, I mean, 2K20 had features, you know, new features I like the reversal system more. But it's an unplayable bloody mess. You can't play the damn thing without it crashing. I mean, yeah, technically 2K19 has an issue with that, but it's not a all the time bloody issue like 2K20's was. 2K20's is a mess. And also, in regards to 2K20's bloody ass, stupid ass DLC was. Please do real DLC. wrestlers and not crap. Okay. Even though it sounds like there may be more to it, because my career mode, the way it sounds, the new, or my rise as it will be called now, features some new stuff. Like, it sounds like there may be more, like, you know, you finish the storyline, like, oh, what to do. It sounds also like there may be male, female, where that's, you know, at the same time, like Trey and Red were, or separate, you know, and you could go for. But it also sounds like they have, there may be more storyline being added at points. My faction was kind of detailed as well. Still not sure on that. Sounds like the online stuff more. I'm trying to build a faction. The fact they mentioned a faction arrival at NWO doesn't sound scary or anything. I'm already thinking that particular faction got way out of hand. Way out of hand. If you know what I mean. Yeah. But it also said the controls are supposed to be more easier for a new player. I don't know if they are. So it says that the controllers are actually looking at it are more like more combinations you gotta do. Add a new button called block, all this stuff. I think it might be harder for a new player to come. And now, saying that, maybe they're being just because they've changed so many features, even as veteran players, they're going to be, oh yeah. But the fact they've also, this is the biggest improvement. Hopefully it does work. Because, keep in mind, they've used the same game engine since the original, I think it was the SmackDown games. Or, if it was original, you have been using this. That's why you haven't really seen much changes. And they've completely, okay, that's over there. Yeah, let's get over here in the middle here. Yeah, they've completely redone them from the ground up. So maybe if that could have led to what was going on last year, because Crev, you know, what's Crev Dynamics? They were dealing with Yux's engine, so it could have been like what happened with truck driving. You know, the old coding just wasn't accepting anything new there. That which does happen, you know. So I noticed it was seemed to really be affected by creations. But that's too. I like that what I see you do, but it may be a lot different. Can't tell that creation suite how it's done because she's seen like the attributes look totally different now. So I can't wait to see it, but again, I'm going to have confirmation of work before I would ever buy it. And I know it's coming out like March, interesting enough, near WrestleMania. So maybe, you know, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm WrestleMania is usually April, but yeah. Now keep in mind, right? February is when Saints Row comes out, which I've already said that game is already on my radar. That game is definitely must-buy game. That one I really want because I've been playing this Saints Row franchise since the beginning. I admit, when I first heard how Saints Row 4 was going to be, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was not as enthusiastic about it as I was to others. And maybe some of you were the same way. And honestly, if starting off free, by the end you were invincible. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. It's like, okay, I get it for those who want to hit circle out mode and sheets. But, you know, it kind of made it just too easy. It's just like, Now, granted, I got pretty much that way on Saints Row 1, but I wasn't invincible, because what I would do is, before I stopped playing, I would go on a rampage. I admit, I was able to go all the way around the city and wasn't getting killed. Of course, that was a lot of that to do. So I was just because I was that character that came along, and now when I first started out, of course, yeah, I was getting slaughtered. As you build up, you got better guns, you got more homies with you. Yeah, you just, of course, that game, first one had such a crashing issue too. You'll never forget, I've taken down Lost Cardinalities, right? Taken down the bloody plane. Crash. Or froze, whatever it was. You son of a... Cause there was some, I admit, it was the toughest, I believe it was the toughest for me. That was the toughest one. I liked Fight Club on 2. I love Fight Club. I love Demo Derbies, obviously. I like that, what's it called? The Hot Rain. I like that on GTA. I've said there seems to be a big issue with the Definitive Edition. Sadly, you know, I wanted to play that. It's like, man, it's been so long, so I would love to play. It's like all of them. Vice City, San Andreas, free again, but for free, it's more for music. San Andreas and Vice City, yeah, they had good music, but I know free also featured Scarface soundtrack. A lot of the songs, which I was looking forward to playing, but I hear it seems like it's a mess right now, the Definitive Edition. But yeah, but discussing, of course. I'm trying to learn as much about the next gen version of the game as I can without actually got hands on, because I don't have a next gen console. But if I did, I could have the from my understanding, I could already be playing it because I have this version I could update for free. Well, let's face it, I had a PS5, I would have been playing this on that anyway, wouldn't I? But of course, the big thing is not so much even having next gen consoles if you don't have the TV to play them on. You know what I mean? It's like, I know this TV ain't no 4K, ain't even close to 4K. I don't even know if it. Sometimes I wonder if it's even 1080. But yeah, I don't know what it is because it was free. It's nothing wrong with it. This is what's interesting. It was this in front of someone's house, and it's like free. Okay, I can see that the screen had damage. So it has some scratches on it. It's not like I noticed. I mean, used to. But I don't see it. It used to be on this left mirror. I see it. I don't notice it. No, there's one about the top of the screen. Near the top. Kind of about where that upper mirror is. If you go right at that, it's about where that support column is. It's not something you really notice. A lot of it has to be certain color and lighting conditions. But like I said, the one thing I have not been able to confirm, because no one seems to go pick up a bloody load. Maybe if they drop it off, maybe I should watch long enough to see if they drop it off. Maybe then I'll get confirmation. Is the signature on next gen? Right, because that's, yes, it looks great. Visually, it looks great. You know, the way lighting looks and everything. I should watch this one, guys. The only reason I turned it off because I was trying to find out the signature as fast as possible. But he had already picked up the loads, right? Also, no one's done, is what I've seen, no one's done customization yet. So I don't know. You would. But I seen a load screen, so a load screen showed, you know, that one truck that's got the checker flag pattern on the side. It looks like an auto hauler. You know, like a NASCAR hauler. Play NASCAR Heat 5, you know what I mean? 'Cause they have that same. Whoa, you're way too fast, guys. NASCAR Heat. Because I'm curious of this one issue. We know what it is. We know it's in the game. The pop-up issue. I checked something. I don't know what I was remembering. It's my first time on Odyssey. Don't know what's going on. This part of a game, I don't know if I've seen it on my system. And I hope it is. I had to remove some, but I show still this person. I ain't been playing them. I don't really have time to play them. Really, games I don't still have the time to play. Only so many hours in a day. So we're down to the last 300. Again, this load. I'm doing this. I'm doing the long by distance, so I'm not going. Like I got two. If you're to start turning in, I got two loads going to Rostock, but I'm not doing them at the same time because I'm trying to go as far distance was. Just I figured this is what I was referring to this earlier and lost track. How I'm doing that is different than I normally would, and why? Because I'm going for the driving trophies. Those long distance trophies, the 10,000, 100,000, 500,000. But there is, from what I know, there's no in-game way to tell how far you've driven on your truck. I've not seen nothing. I couldn't tell you where it was if it is on there, because the displays are just so hard to read. I can't tell what numbers are there. Yeah. So what I've done, I got some paper here by me, and I'm keeping track on that vision. Now I didn't do it from, you know, when I first got in this truck, the semi, not the box truck, but in the semi, it's gotta be on one truck. Haven't confirmed that also means trailer. I'm pretty sure it would only mean like the truck part, the cab, or the, in the case of a box truck or a container truck. With those. Yeah, I haven't confirmed that. If it's a trailer also, is like really messed up. She can of course switch out trailers in a semi and not get bored. But yeah, so I'm keeping track. Now I know if I get to if I switch out trailers, I get on the paper to 10,000. Which should actually have the trophy before I get to it on there, because of course, like I said, I didn't do it when I drove this to the deal and to pick up the trailer. I forgot to do that. Then I didn't also write it down for, you know, the city driving to pick up the loads. I don't figure that, and I'm keeping that detailed record. I'm keeping track of the big numbers, right? So yeah, it's an 800. I faked this load back. I've kind of confirmed this, of course when I drop this off, that'd be the end, but for now, and then, of course, next time I'm not sure when it'll be tomorrow, or if I will be on this tomorrow for this game. I got an errand to run in the morning, I just don't know how long it's going to take to do it. Hopefully I'll be able to do my dailies at least on my games that need the dailies. Close Star Trek Online. Took one day off. I can't take really many more because I really want that ship. Yeah, it plays in with one of my characters in that game. One of them is a mirror universe person. I had another one. That was a T5 ship, and I gave that to a player that undergone something no one should have to do in gaming. She literally had to use a new account because she was just being harassed by someone she met in the game. Would not leave her alone. Kept harassing her, and it was just intense. You know, they tried blocking them. They found a way around it. Blocked it. It's like, because you could block them, you won't see, you know, they won't see their messages or stuff, but they found ways around it, or use their friends, or whatever, say to their friends, whatever, however was going on. And every, like, event, she was running into a person, they had somehow, they got around the block. They, like I said, either they created a new account or something, did it that way. So she just got tired of it, you know. I mean, all this, it was harassment at its worst form, and the fact that she faced it in the game, you know. So she left the game for for a long time. You know, I know the developers got wind of it because they had sent her a package, like, you know, of stuff in-game items that they were trying, like, what had happened to her since best. So she can't enjoy the events, right? So she's now on a new account. I ain't mentioned name, ain't gonna do nothing like that. The account I gave her, you know, like, trade her for. So I did. I gave her a ship. I was saved for this, my Mirror Universe character. But what happened also is, like, I think it was last summer. I've been summer before. Just a bunch of other players were doing the same, giving her ships. Because it was unfair what happened to her. Yeah, and so now I got a way to get the Mirror Universe ship. I'm glad, but it's like that's not even call for that in gaming, guys. That's messed up. So I say, a lot of people know I'm very, especially, I guess, women, because I know sadly it does happen for ladies to get harassed. It's just unfair how it can happen. But for me, I've already said, when it's that time of year, if I know about it, when it's that time of year, I will. For a while, for the 1 month, I'll paint my truck pink in honor of breast cancer awareness month, because one of my grandmothers had, died from it. I believe it was breast cancer anyway. I know it's something like that. So I would do it in honor of that. I don't care what people say, whatever they want. I'm trying to be respectful. I wish there was more to do right in game. I know they've mentioned it, something they would have liked to add to this, but again, what they would like to add, what they will add. Again, where it would be for both consoles, because I feel, keep in mind, they could probably do more with the next gen, because they got more room to work with performance. So there could be DLC, new cities and stuff being added, new expansions. I know there had been talks about Poland being mentioned. Realistically, I think with this generation, I don't see it. I really just don't see it because they just gave stuff for. Let's say, bloody hell, Sadesco all of a sudden they announced they're adding Poland. Yeah, Sadesco truck driver probably could add Poland. Not suffer no ill effects, right? That's just because, well, let's face it, they got a map the size of what? I don't know what game to compare it to. Whereas this, of course, you got Germany, lots of Germany. I'm thinking on it. Now, is there a difference between online and this? Because look at Crew 2 and Crew 1. They've had pretty good sized maps. Constantly adding new vehicles. And they've already had so many vehicles as it were. Where game looks pretty decent. I don't know if they've had some issues, but again, they got a lot. Still working. I know they don't have. They've had hell. They're having new stuff all the bloody time, events and everything to do on there. Took me a while to figure that new one out. The thing on it, maybe there is limitations because for some reason on the map it won't list all your fares for this taxi stuff they're doing now, Uber and all. But if you look at your mini map. When if you like quick time, quick travel to, where drivers want it is, you must note there are the fares shown, and that's the distance ones. If you're trying to get that long for Miami, that's what you do on there. I figured it out today. Actually, some don't pay too bad. Got like the very long ones, you know, for me, they're paying like 16 to 20,000 for them, because of course I got a lot of on rich, a lot of points on rich on there. So that was something else I wish I would have. So it's like skill is passive. Because let's say, I believe for the big 2 trucking games, you couldn't do what I'm doing right now, right at the start. Right, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do a job this long. You'd have to put points toward long distance to do it. And this isn't, of course, I like the way they do theirs. I gotta think on something. Just notice the time. I need a straight to do it. Let's get those on. I know it's not. See, my head's telling me that it's because it's like 6:30ish. It's just still a little early for it, but depending on time of year here, it does start getting dark earlier. So this wouldn't be such a far off thing to do. As those dollars because of dark roads when these areas like this, sun's getting ready to set, you're starting to get damn fly. Fucking sweat out fly, of course, costs me. Oh man, the 7% that are 4 and 3, that's bad. Not saying this delivery is gonna be easy either. Actually, take that back. I have figured all logistic up. Squirrel, I have to give you a shout out there. Watching his stuff actually really helped me think how to do it. Instead of trying to from the one direction I had been, I learned to face toward the road and do it, because then you can see the loading up. Makes it so much easier when you're reverse instead of trying to do a blind back. The hardest one is e-notifications. By far, still tricky. Because it's such a tight space back there. Where the unloading is. Like, there is one thing I will say on this. I am impressed with this game. There's no automatic, if you notice. Delivery. I believe I see you could do that on ATS. I don't know what ATS. I think I've seen where you could do that. Watching that stuff. Truck driver, of course, you have it. This one, no. It's like, yeah, you gotta. Let's face it. Some of y'all probably wish if you bloody had. That's also returned, and I don't get that. These AI has gone crazy again. They had not been in the game, all of a sudden it's back in the game, and the weird part is, it's like there's been an update, but was no downloadable update. Now see how that is. Why I'm saying that? Because they hadn't been doing it, and all of a sudden it's doing it. And I hadn't noticed it until the last few days. Last week or so. Last week. Yeah, I've not really noticed until the last week of the playing. The last update I had, now it was on the 3rd, but that was because I didn't have internet before. Right, that was the first day of internet for me. So I didn't have internet, so I, of course, didn't get that update until now. Lights look like it came on. Which is 7-ish. Or an AI. Yeah, roads getting darker and darker in spots. But you ever watch the skyline, you know, it never really. There's some spaces that looks darker than others. Other spaces it never really seems to get that dark. But I know certain times of year that can happen in some areas. No, Scroll was mentioning, you know, how it's like, when they said 4 in the morning or something like that. The birds are chirping because it's light out, huh? Oof. I couldn't do it. Took a lot of lure, yeah, too much light. I need my darkness, man. Sleep. Kind of swear I'm sitting as I usually have a TV on. Tough, you know, I just watch some of that until I fall asleep. Now, I may have a sleep timer, just never if I think set it. This is PS3, I'm watching YouTube stuff and this stuff. If we're playing now, obviously the YouTube will pause. Those videos will pause after so long, you know, if you don't say not to. 3.5, 140. I don't know. Gotta factor in about 20 to 30 or more if it is Munich, which is a bigger city. Will be inner city driving, which means stoplights. If you had watched the last one at the start, I was just going to try to get a container vehicle. If you wonder what's racing for town, yeah, it's just like. Did I fun, but oh crap, no, then I have to go back. I gotta go get the cab truck, sell off everything, try to sell off everything to get the money for it. So I at least have to have one. I could have did it off just selling off the box truck. The problem lied in. Oh wait, now I gotta travel all the way back to truck service. Of course, if I did at Hamburg, it wouldn't have been that far apart as I said. Could have did, but I'm going to do it on some of this. Like I guess some may even do it during this momentarily. I'm scared to switch back and forth though between vehicles. There's no reason unless they fixed it. Because this used to have such a bad tendency to put negative weight on these boxes and even on the cow trailer. If you got switched out trucks, also there's an issue. But being have to reset anyway, that ain't that big a deal. Yeah, when you start with these semi-box, you gotta reset. Gotta reset. It's whatever reason, you gotta reset because the truck will not work right if you don't. Thought it was, all of a sudden, the trailer started going sideways on its own. The cab started going sideways on its own. Don't get what's going on there, but it's a serious issue. They need to fix it. It's that bad. So yeah, getting closer and closer, but hopefully we may be on. I think we are at that area. Oh crap! Let's go get back. Oh, he slowed down. Thank God. In fact, I'm probably gonna be slowing down because of course we're at the bottom of the map. Right now. Why I say right now? Because obviously there are roads. Wait, this might not be. Some areas there are roads that's in the game that, you know, they are there somewhat that have town names even. This is a little different because oh, it's there. You see, there's even. It looks like there's even a. Okay. There's a sign down there even. And the other road, dude, why have all that feature unless you're adding to it? Of course, they could have fought to do that. They realized it can't. That is possible. Or they don't. So if you fought it when you cut out the game, but may not be able to do work with it. That makes sense. Because the road don't go that far. Even on the other side there. Because you want to need the sign. You know, you could tout a good section without this sign. Well, let's see. Let's luck out again from up here. So we're getting up to speed. Of course, the sign's coming this way. They want it going that way. that matter? Yeah, it kind of does. Because the road coming this way, of course, would make sense because it would be announcing this turn. This section of the road, but the other side wouldn't because it wouldn't be needed. Oh, no one's gotten out of lane over there. Yeah, there's someone mentioned that. I think it was 10 to 87 or something like that about how hard it is to master. Get it? I wish they would have showed where he had it set and dead. Honestly, unless he's the one who gave me that advice that time. Someone gave me the advice where I got it set. Because there's a certain way to have. Yeah, these are where we just remove that feature. So we don't have to worry. Let's have it where we don't have to deal with all that. At least these are on us. I'm sure this game is better played on a wheel. Because obviously this side, I don't ding up a lot of that side because it's so hard to do what it just did there while you're driving straight. And look over to make sure you're cleared on both sides. It's just, yeah, sometimes you can't even tell, you know, out there because it just isn't clear enough. I'm like, keep doing it, I'm gonna do that. I turned off the steering camera. My reason for turning it off is this. I don't like fighting with it when I'm reversing. So I use, of course, the lean out feature. Truck driver didn't need to, well, it kind of did in the beginning. One reason I say that is trying to pick up a load, a trailer. That's something, because you can see this mirror pretty good. They have virtual mirrors that got it, but it ain't always that easy to line it up for the things. Especially when you're still getting into, you know, yeah, because of course, these are the first truck, you know, if you've been playing these, you know, since whenever, probably pro button all out, doing all that, but when you're still new, yeah, still, it just froze. I really thought it just froze there. That was a long one. These don't take that long. This new thing is, I haven't seen it yet this trip. Hope not to. It's just this bad. No damn it. Then again, it ain't about money or anything. This is all about the distance. It's trying not need the money. You know? Yeah. Need the money. I don't want to have to hire drivers, though. I really don't. Because I just don't want to micromanage so much for what I'm after, you know? I just want to deal with my own. Sure, I've been that way for a while. It was alright in the beginning because, you know, someone new, truck driver don't have this. Car reminds me of a bus sound. Alright, that's okay. And counting down those days, guys. You guys know what I mean. First is right around the corner here. We'll have bus 721. Oh, thank God. I'm needed. I don't think I'll make it if I don't do this. Because again, we're going to be dealing with city roads. Driving. I'm too far over. Sorry, dude. Trying to get a drink during the start drifting. Shouldn't need fuel. Even on the top half of that tank is gone. Shouldn't need the fuel. And where I did like taking. Truthfully though, if you could see where it's going, you could still do it. Because it could still get easy. These type of stops for these places. As long as they're far, or city ones that recognize where they're going. Yeah, as long as they're long distance, you can still get to Because some of them, there's this one I think is actually one you can get. I don't remember having this one before. Just have to look at where it's taking you. I can't remember what it does. Ooh, it picked the wrong slot. Oh, this will bought me an arse. Like to wreck them. Why I say that? No, not up. Down, actually, one. Because right now there's no truck here. Pray none gets here. So light, just don't need the light. Need the engine up. Change and accept. Still don't know how to fix that speed. That's what they say, where, you know, I don't have to work. Here it's 30, but obviously fix it. Come on, little fella. Get on further. I could move over. I used to not even look. I just darted on over and I'm like, hey, I got the right of way. I'm a trucker. My truck doesn't make sense at all. Okay, that guy, yeah, but there are other big trucks on the road the same. Even though they are out in them. Maybe what's holding up the dang map. Truck driver's map. That's all I can't believe they're trying to, the price for insurance. I get, yeah, people are wanting it, but man, damn, 80, I mean, 80, damn, not even worth. I'm looking at the speed, I'm thinking, 20, because it's like 15, or something like that, to 20. This is, I think it was 15, this is Euro, so you figure 19 to 25, right, 20 to 25 for American. That's usually how it works. Yeah, because I know some people hear the words 25 for this. Yeah, Britain, I know it's 25, UK, but for here it's 30. Like if you don't have this version going next gen, you have to. For what I understand, it is a free update if you got this version, which wasn't announced originally, I guess, because I remember games had going on about that feature. And people regret it. Now they may wait, like, oh wait, really? Of course, I don't know if they were giving refunds on it or not, because a lot of people had them, they just regretted it. Especially when you hear, especially Xbox players. Xbox has so many issues like that. To that overpass comes in the view there. So like it looks like a vehicle floating in there. But yeah, at least it's not as bad as they were. At least there's no flying vehicles. You know, popping, literally flying in the flag. That was dropping in. That were. That's usually what led to those vehicles facing the wrong way. But that's not the case anymore. They don't do that, so I don't know what's causing that. That's just a planned thing? What? Like, they plan it because an event? An accident? Because it's not like they're... Well, there was that incident at that one light, no one was moving for whatever the play reason was. Back in Hamburg. That reminds me of an issue truck driver used to have. You know, that one issue they used to have when I first got the game. It was certain cities, they were just piling up. Remember, I think I went to rest in Norden. Like, oh, I need my rest. Went to rest. When I woke up, it was a bloody traffic jam. It was hard to get out of there. Really hard to get out of there because it was so bad it was. It was by that, I think there's only one there, you know. By that apartment complex, wherever it is. Looks like an apartment complex. Where you pick up spins. Solid. This must be Munich. Or Munchen, as they like to describe it. I guess it's either Android pronounces fine. Some 10 miles, 10 kilometers up, that ain't that far. Don't get this a lot when the lights change. Got worried because of that. Sorry, guys behind me. I kind of avoid. I had to stop, but I was getting hit. Yeah, the AI going around the corner. Hopefully, they got that fixed on next gen. Oh, so what's up ahead here? I want to showcase. I knew I would come across that somewhere. I mentioned this in a previous video on this. These. I wonder if you could park there if you need your rest. It looks like a driveway. It looks like this would be a possible new company or something. Because it looks like there's a parking area behind her. And we have had ones like that in the past. Some of these ones that's on here. Pet shop companies like that. I hope driveway like that. Actually. I know they've had like other ideas they've mentioned. They will like to incorporate where they will. Who knows? Maybe with next gen they can do it. Not sure they could do it on here, but next gen they might be able to. One of those is where you can manually load or forklifts and stuff. I don't know. I just don't see it. With the truck, that'd be hard to do. You know, yeah, because like position the stuff where it's, you know, looking legit when you're unloading. Because let's face it, this load is literally the first load I picked up. Now, when you get in your trailer, it's at the front, you know, this end of the trailer. Now I'm dropping off, I'm opening those rear doors. As far as, I don't even see side doors on this trailer. So how are we getting that out of here? If you know what I mean, huh? And what it'll look like when I load it, I don't care if it's the same, but when it comes out, it's not the same look, you know. But the fact I really do, like I say, I've mentioned on this one, I would love to see it, and the fact that it's going to be on next gen. It is on next gen with me. 20 minutes out. Yeah, it's the fact you see pedestrians actually walking. Where you feel like you're in an actual community, not just, you know, in certain spaces, like sitting. They're always sitting. Notice they're always sitting on here. But on next gen, they're actually moving around. Living, vibrant world. Until recently, social something could say about multiplayer could you on ATS to this, because so recently I know you didn't have AI. You have AI as multiplayer, of course. There's no way. I'm thinking that's why you don't see our you know, our drivers out there, because of course you could have truck models that they just don't, the AI does not have. You have Scania. There's no Scania trucks. You could have box trucks, you know, all that. More now that they've added customization, and also, yeah, because they only got 3 truck models. Well, 6 technically. Because you got the semi with the trailer, you got the cab by itself, so that way there would be 6. But still, there's only the same 3 companies: Bird, Ori Shipping, and Mobile Conte. Yeah, so when I drop this off, you'll see how I do it here. Be a little different. First time, I learned this quickly. It took me a bit, I know, but maybe you've learned it before, but recently I've relearned it, or whatever you want to say about it. So what I do, I come around like this, and swing her around. Now I'm facing back toward the street. And why? This makes it much easier to see that dot. See. So I end up what you call a blind back, you know. Trying to reverse would not be able to see that at all. That's a pain in the arse. So we'll go to the freight office, because might as well. That's short paths and all that. He's not like a smaller, but look at her. You know, it says a lady. She wants to, you know. They call her the pain. Yes, inspired by that. That's what the paint schemes are all over now. Just light bombs, you know, just this little striping. Of course, can't get the trailer to look right because it sure is. Mirror. Afraid of us, and then something else for some reason. Got too far forward, so I got too far hours. Fits. I'm making hard to fix. Okay, we've done 40 frickin' %. Oh, I'm glad I'm not worried about the money. Holy hell. Get more of them, okay. Don't worry about that hazard. Of course. So it's only 823. How the hell is that even possible? What I mean, that was from Hamburg up here. Roast up was further. I guess it would have been to kill, would have been more. Oh. It's all good. Well, it seems like they all look the same now. That's in the variety I used to do on the stuff. So 823.6 is the next destination. Have it all figured out by next time. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Mash that like button, subscribe, leave comments, all the good stuff. We'll see you next time for more on the road. Till then, good looking, good trucking.